Hey, Mr. Clash here, and here we are. Welterweight, let me rephrase that. Amateur division, no diff league. I'm getting confused. Which clans, which divisions, which clans. I'm doing the recaps for anyway. This is amateur division. That's correct. Spider Legion versus 3 Strikes F. 67, 68. I'm not going to scroll down the whole board. Suffice to say, this top section was able to enact 1 3-star on their Town Hall 11s, and in return, 3 strikes, 3 Town Hall 11 3-stars. Look at the score. Obviously, the Town Hall 11 3-stars made the difference. All the Town Hall 9s were cleared, of course, and you had Town Hall 10 discrepancies. All right, we're going to get into this one. I'm going to try something a little bit newer on this one. All of the attacks are going to be run at double speed, and this one I'm going to call the Witch Edition in honor of the upcoming update in which witches are going to get double the destructive power, double the DPS coming from Town Hall 9 witches. That's the level 2 witches, I should say, and of course they're the same witches used at Town Hall 10. Anyway, I'm going to show 1 Town Hall 11 3-star, 1 Town Hall 10, and then 4 Town Hall 9 3-stars. Like I said, I'm running them at speed, and the 4 Town Hall 9 3-stars are from the 4 people that got 6-packs. So I think that was just the best way to do it. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this NDL recap of this match. Okay, only bringing 2 witches in on this one. Like I said, I will run this at speed. I'm going to run them all at speed, just double speed. We're not going to go too crazy, so you can still see the double speed. Interesting here, this air defense managed to take out, oh, okay, I couldn't click on it quick enough. Managed to take out the healers of the bowlers that were over there. And at first watching this, I hadn't paid much attention. I just peripherally, I saw, geez, those bowlers seem to be stuck over there for a long time. And then by the time I actually zeroed my focus in to have a look, they were sort of all gone, and I just saw a rubbish, little pile of rubble there on the ground, and I thought, I wonder what that thing was. It was an elixir storage, of course. If you were paying attention just then, it was an elixir storage. So Queen's down, bowlers up, healers up. So the healers decided it's going to heal the warden, so that's okay. But plenty of bowlers at the bottom. If the healer heals onto the bowlers, that'll be a good thing. But now that the warden's right back up, doesn't really need the full heal, except that the warden is getting shot at for the moment. And like I said, I've got this at double speed. So you get to see how close this was as a 3-star, but any 3-star at Town Hall 11 is a good one. Any 3-star at Town Hall 10 is a good one too, in my opinion. I find Town Hall 10 pretty difficult. And here we go. Warden saves the day. A healed warden at that, just out of range of the Tesla. Nice to see. And all the troops are gone. There you go. Lovely little warden 3-star. Okay, I'm not going to do the clouds. Let's just go over to the Town Hall 10. Okay, here we are at the Town Hall 10, and just have a quick look at the troop combo. 8 witches, 14 bowlers. With these bow witches, there are a few different combos. You've seen the one with the 1 golem and 7 witches, and the 11 bowlers spread out with a couple of healers on either end as well. That's another little combo. 8 and 8, and then either 2 golems or 12 giants. Anyway, let's get into this. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose of running it at speed, doesn't it? Okay, both golems have gone down. Now we see in this particular version, instead of spreading witches across or keeping a couple of witches up and putting bowlers definitely on the corners with the witches, just putting the 4 witches down on each side into that corner, and then the bowlers in the middle to try and get some extra damage going. I just said I was going to play this at speed, so let's go. We're at speed now. Get the second jump spell down. Now, I think one of the things that I noticed with jump spells, and especially at Town Hall 9, the jump spells do actually last a pretty good duration, so people can get jump spells down a little bit sooner than they normally do. Sometimes when I'm watching a replay, I think, come on, get the jump spell, what are you doing? The troops are getting close. Don't give them a second to doubt anything about where they're going to go. But of course, it doesn't really matter. They come through anyway. So as as you can see, plenty of witches and the bowlers pathing around on each side. Bomb took out a few skellies and squishy sick troops there. And that's it. Again, the troop combination I'm leaving up just so you can see. And as of course the rule of thumb with all bow witch, 2 jumps to get you access to both Inferno Towers is the key. Okay, now just before I press the go button on this, just want to remind you that what I'm doing here is I'm going from the slowest 3-star at 2 minutes 25 to the fastest, and all of these were fresh hits. So all of these 3 stars were fresh hits. So, and again, I'll just run them at speed because witches can be a little bit slow, let's just say. When you consider that possibly the average of a witch attack might be about 2.5 minutes, that's a good expectation. If you can do something in 1.5 minutes, that's just absolutely wonderful. A few Teslas have popped there. You can see how this was a slow build up on this particular one, and the Clan Castle lore on the left hand side has come out, so you don't always have to try and dump all of your things in one particular spot and all come in at the same base. And you can see how the jump spells path diagonally, sort of like a little bit of a zigzag through this base, so that there is a little bit of consideration to doing the witches very well or successfully, or let's just say having a higher average of success, because people do fail with witches. And there is a little bit to consider, or actually there's a lot to consider, even with a 3 jump spell. I know that the maestros at Town Hall 9 will be saying, Mister, you're not telling us anything. We all know how to do witches. You're not telling us anything. I understand that. If you're a maestro and you're watching this video, I might not be able to tell you anything about witches. You might know everything about witches, but not everyone is a maestro, and every attack has something we can learn from. Okay, over to the next one. Okay, let's just get straight into this. We all know what witches look like. And in this particular one, the logic was to try and the decision of which side of the base to come in at. It was made that it was probably going to be easier to path from the top. Why? Because, well, at least my take anyway, on witches, you've got a path to take out the expos, otherwise the expos can just pound you from afar for a really long period of time also. And you might have noticed that there was a delay on that third golem, just to see if something was going to pop, or it might be needed if one of the golems pathed awkwardly or something. Oh, look at this. I forgot to put it at double speed. Okay, I've rectified that now. We're back at double speed. So there was a little bit of additional thought that just went into this. It just wasn't put the 3 golems down and that'll do, thanks. The deployment speed of the golems, I guess you could say, played a key factor. Now, the other thing here is I missed pointing it out, but it was what the Queen was doing before. She was shooting a wall that wasn't really going to get her anywhere. And then after a bunch of shots, for no apparent reason on the board, she just decided she would shoot a different wall or take a different path. So I've been noticing a little bit of squirrely Queen AI lately as well, where she'll walk along a wall. If I can get videos of Queen AI, I think I'll just do a complete video of just odd Queen behavior, aiming for the lols, of course. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. And let's just go. You'll notice that some of these have the same troop combination, that is the 3 golems with 8 witches. Now you just saw the Troll Tesla pop there in the corner. Like I said, all of these attacks are fresh hits, so the Tesla wasn't known about, so the adjustment had to be made with the golem. Just exemplifying a good reason why you just don't automatically dump all 3 golems in the middle. That sometimes it does pay you, and oftentimes if you can get the witches out early to get a couple skellies on the board, just gives them a little bit of extra time to spawn a few more skeletons. I've been remiss, got to speed this up a little bit because like I said, we've all seen witches before. Now check out these Teslas on the right hand side with these witches pathing down on this side. Now remember, these witches, after the update, they are going to be shooting at 120 damage per second, and a Tesla only fires at Town Hall 9 at 87 damage per second. So a couple of witches up against some Teslas, they'll just be unbeatable, and they'll wipe things out very, very fast. So you have a couple of witches putting out 240 damage per second. It'll take them less than 4 seconds to take out a Tesla, and yet it will take a Tesla more than 4 seconds to take out one witch. So things are looking grave for some of the defences at Town Hall 9 with this upcoming witch beef up, let's just say. So nice little one from your mum, and over to Lucky Last. Okay, yeah, Lucky Last is what, I think this is an internet base. I've seen this before. I might have even had this base as a little bit of a training thing or a trial thing or whatever we were practicing on at the time. And as you just saw, it was a minute 44. We'll just speed that up. So it's going to be the quickest witch attack ever at double the speed. Only like a little bit over a minute to watch it all unfold. 3 jumps, of course, skeleton, spell up the sleeve, 1 more jump to go. I find it interesting that just watching how the troops take this last little jump spell to come over to this expo. They don't seem to be raged, and yet the jump is touching the wall, and they seem to have no problem getting over. So that's a little bit fortunate, but on the other side, they broke through the wall here on this side anyway. Witch and wizard up the top side, witch skellies and things down the bottom here. All those skellies will take out the cannon too fast. Golem, full health golem still, or full size golem, and a couple of golemites. So obviously when you wipe out a base in a minute and a half, roughly, you're not going to lose too many troops. So that is it for this war. Just to reiterate that Spider Legion lost this war by 1 star. Percentage-wise, 92.36 to 92.8. So percentage was pretty close, and 1 star, I think, if Spider Legion had possibly been able to 3-star another Town Hall 11, percentage-wise, yeah, who knows, ifs, buts, and maybes. And of course, if they had 3-starred more Town Hall 11s, the other side could have 3-starred more Town Hall 10s, and yeah. But at the end of the day, Spider Legion defeated by 3 strikes in the amateur division of NDL. This would be week 3, I believe. Week 3. I'm getting lost. I'm recapping three clans in the NDL, so I'm getting a little bit confused about which clans I'm doing things for. But that is it for this special Witch edition in honor of the upcoming update in which witches will be getting a boost. So thanks for tuning in to the end. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.